What's up everyone, it's Paul from This Design That. Today we're going to be cutting some marble. So this is the second time that I've done it ever in my life. You can see the first cut that I did here. This was really just to kind of test it and make sure that I could actually do it before I actually made a video. I did mess up a few times, I did scratch it. The cut isn't that clean. But to be honest with you, this is just to show that if I can do it, really anyone can do it. So I'm going to be using this in a box that I'm making. This is basically going to be some sort of kind of contraption that is going to link two boxes together. So what you need is you need some plasticine, or plumber's putty, I think is what it's also called. Obviously some marble. This marble is, this is 10mm thick marble. It's solid marble, it's not like a veneer or anything like that. You need some cold water, which I'll explain later. I've just got kind of a very basic, cheap Black & Decker cordless drill, and I've also got a diamond tip hole cutter. So it's very important that it is diamond tip, because otherwise it's not going to cut through it. So what we do, and the reason why we use this and this, is that you need to keep this cutter cool, because it will actually heat up and it will actually burn out if you don't, basically. So what we do is we get some plasticine and we roll it up like this into kind of a few long tubes, like so, and then we basically place it around the area that we're going to want to cut. So obviously you want to make sure that, you know, it's going to kind of go around the size of your hole. This is a 60mm hole cutter. So, you know, it would be something like that. You know, I'm going to kind of push it all down, make sure that it's all sealed around the edges so no water is going to leak out. And I've just kind of explained the next step. So once you have this all in place, you're then just going to pour a little bit of water in it, so it just creates a little tiny puddle. And it's, you know, you don't have to go too deep. Literally just enough to cover, really, this, the diamond tip of it. And then you start drilling. Now, there is a specific way that we drill marble, and I've read and I've watched a lot of tutorials, and basically what you do is you need to start at an angle. So what we'll do is we'll come into the cut at probably like a 45 degree angle here, and we'll just start to make a mark on the marble, just with the edge of it here. And once we've got a nice little groove into the marble, it's then going to keep it in place, and then it's going to slowly, we're going to move it until it's flat against the marble, and then it's cutting the complete circle. So this is really a lot of trial and error. You know, when I first did this one, it kind of bounced around everywhere. You can see that it's kind of started here and then it's gone off. I've lost it from the groove, and it's kind of scratched this bit. And I think that I went in too much at an angle for too long, because the cut is actually angled. It's not kind of a straight cut. So hopefully this cut is going to go a bit better. I'm going to actually, I think I was starting it a bit too slow. Because it was too slow, it was literally just kind of rolling off. So you really need to kind of brace. I mean, we'll just put this on. Really, you need to really try and brace this drill. You know, it's no good just going like that. It's just going to bounce around everywhere. So you really need to get kind of a really good grip on it, get two hands on it, and really kind of lean, you know, make sure you got your weight over the thing, because otherwise, you know, if you just go like that, it's just gonna go off. So you want to make sure you've got a good grip on it, and you just want to, you know, and you'll make the groove go there, and then you'll slowly, I'll stop doing it so you can hear me, you'll slowly come over and bring it so it's straight over it. So it's going to take a little bit of practice. I don't think I'm going to get this cut perfect, but this is my second go ever at cutting marble. So, or cutting any stone actually. I've only ever cut wood, and I've only used a hole cutter on wood a few times, even that. So yeah, I'm really kind of a beginner with this, but it's really just to kind of show you that, it's not that hard. You know, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I mean, to be honest with you, this hole here is pretty good. It's not that bad, but I'm hoping that this one's going to go a bit smoother, and I'm hoping that I'm actually not going to scratch all of this. So let's go outside and we'll start drilling. Another thing is just obviously to make sure that you have your drill fully charged. My other one kind of conked out halfway through. And also really important is to make sure that you are wearing eye protection and you're also wearing gloves. Okay, so I just paused the cut and I've just cleared out obviously the water because the dust from the marble means that you can't really see what I'm doing. So this is the partial cut. As you can see, we've started the cut on this side here. You can see that I did slip a tiny little bit, and it's just, you can just see that. It's not the most perfect circle, but you can see you start off, and this is why it's called a C cut, because as you can see, it resembles a C. So we'll carry on, we'll be tilting it more and more and more until we get 90 degrees, and then we'll just be drilling all the way through it. But yeah, that kind of shows you how to start the cut. Okay, so we've finally done. That took much longer than the last cut that I did. So maybe the diamond tip hole cutter isn't as good as the last one, but that just seemed like it took absolutely forever. Okay, so here is the cut. As you can see, I've still got the same problem. You can see that it's just slightly angled. I'm not sure if you can see that. You can just see it's not a clean cut. Now, the thing is with this is that I need to use this. I don't need the hole. I need to use this in my design. So I'm gonna obviously have to find a way to sand these edges and make it a little bit more cleaner. But there we go, as you can see, it does get a little bit messy towards the end when you come through and all the water starts to go everywhere. I didn't mention this, but I've just got kind of the marble block in just a plastic tray, and as you can see, it's just to obviously hold the water, because when you cut through it, it all drains through. But yeah, there you go. So pretty easy to do. I mean, the hole itself is pretty clean. I haven't really got too many problems with that. I mean, you know, if you was cutting that into a kitchen surface or something like that, I mean, that would be, you know, that would be pretty good. There's nothing really wrong with that. As far as kind of slipping goes, I didn't slip too much. The edge is nice and clean. It was definitely a bit cleaner in terms of coming into it, because I made sure I had a proper grip of it. And basically, what you need to realise is that the drill bit is going to want to go in a direction that it's turning. So when you're coming into it and it's rotating this way, it's rotating clockwise, it's going to want to go this way. So you need to prepare for that, and you need to kind of, you know, just be wary that you're going to apply force in the opposite direction just to counteract that force that's going to want to make it to come over to the side. So that is kind of one thing that I kind of forgot to do at one point, and it just slipped a little bit. But apart from that, we managed to get a pretty clean cut. So that is how you can cut a hole in marble. I'm going to be doing plenty more tests with this slab, and I'm probably going to fill it up with holes because I need to get a few more decent ones. In the next videos, we're going to have a go at obviously sanding it and trying to finish this up and polishing it, which is something I've never done before, so that should be exciting. So stay tuned for that. And that is it for now.